Hi, good evening. My name is Catherine Gilles and I teach Reading Lab. If your student is in my class, they're in my 4th period Reading Lab, which means we meet on Tuesdays and Fridays right before noon. And then our office hours for Reading Lab is 2:45 to 3:30. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple things, logistics about class and how to best gather information if you ever have questions. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So every week I will be sending out a website for our specific class. And on this website, there is information for you, for your student, anything, hopefully it will be useful. I'll be using Parent Square to send out emails and contacting. However, if you would like to email me directly, that's fine too. However, most teachers are using Parent Square, so it might be easier for you to use that app. The first thing we'll start off with, of course, because we're doing virtual learning, using Zoom links are really important. There are 3 different ways to access a student's Zoom link for my class. They can, of course, go through the Clever app, which students know how to do. The second one is that it is posted in Google Classroom. So if they go to their Reading Lab class, the Zoom link is always posted at the very top. It is the only thing that is on the stream page. Everything else is under classwork. So when students log on, they see the Zoom link and the password here. Another option for students would be to go to their calendar, and on their calendar, they should always see that they're invited to class. So that's the third way. Also, using calendar, they can access their office hours. So for example, if they want to come to office hours for Reading Lab, they are invited here, and there's a Zoom link and password there. On the home page on this website, we have our bell schedules. Please encourage your students to come to class on time and to minimize the distractions. So television in the background or even cell phones. As teachers, it is really difficult right now to keep kids' attention and to make sure they're actually with us mentally. So if you could be a voice of encouragement and an advocate for us with your student, that would be great. If you scroll down, you'll see just a couple rules for distance learning, and then my grading policies here. If you scroll down a little bit more, we have our class syllabus and what students are going to be learning this year. The goal of Reading Lab is to get students to read at their grade level. If your student is in our class, it generally means they just need a little bit more help with reading. And so our goal is to help them find books that they love to read and that they're interested in, so that it can boost their confidence in reading. So if you would like, go ahead and take a look at the syllabus for more details. And if you scroll down, these are the different ways that you can contact me. This is my email, and of course, we're using Parent Square. At the very bottom, you'll find general high school information, such as attendance and what a Pride Paw is, behavior expectations, and or perhaps if you want your kid to join a pathway and taking different classes, there's information about that here. On this tab at the top is a little bit of information about me. I am going on maternity leave in 8 weeks, so I won't be here for much longer, and I don't know who's taking over yet, but I can assure you I'm going to leave lots of great lesson plans and instructions for that teacher when they do take over. And this is more for my students because it's hard for them to get to know me when they don't really see me in person. And under Unit 1, what I'm going to try to do every week is update what we're doing in class, and every day. That way, if a student misses class, they can go to the website or Google Classroom to check what they missed, and you can get a broad synopsis of what we're doing. Our goal for Reading Lab is that students read an hour a day. We don't have physical books for students to read, but we are using a website where it will allow students to pick books, so many different books that they want to read at so many different levels. So whatever level your student is at, they can access reading there. And the goal is for students to read an hour a day, because if you read an hour a day, your reading levels will increase. So so that is our goal. And we're not reading an hour in class, but the website we use will be able to track whether or not students are reading an hour a day. So we might read about 30, 40 minutes together in class, and then the rest will be by themselves outside of class using that same website. So for example, our first week, this is what some items we covered. This is an example. And our second week, these are some items that we've covered. Okay. And then our last page is frequently asked questions. This is where I'll be updating. So if you have a question on how I handle situations or what to do in a specific instance, that question might be answered here. That way you don't have to waste your time emailing me, or hopefully your student could find the answer as well. So I'll stop sharing. So it's pretty much the gist of Reading Lab. I hope I can meet you in person at the Back to School Night virtual Zoom meeting. So thank you so much for your time, and have a good evening.